Okay, it's 12:01. Good afternoon, everybody. This is webinar is Stratus Refresher. My name is Lorraine Zarba, Technology Training Manager, and I'm really happy to say that we are going to have 3 weeks. So it's a series of webinars. Well, every Wednesday is a free webinar for you. You might know that. And then we're going to have this one is Stratus Refresher. And then next week, and I'm going to show you an LI Realtor. I'm going to click on it right now. I will have, so I have 3 altogether. So I'm professional development webinars. Next week is Stratus Goes Mobile with Stratus Collab app. If you haven't seen that, you definitely want to learn that. That's taking Stratus on the road using the Collab app, which is easy to use. The other one on July 26th is going to be creating a simple Stratus CMA using a listing cart. So if you're having problems or struggling with the CMA in Stratus, I have a really great way of doing that. Keep in mind that these webinars are recorded and posted on LI Realtor. So, isn't that kind of great? So this way, if you want to watch it over and over again, you can, and this way, if you've got something, you can just look it up or share it with another agent, and that will be on LI Realtor Professional Development Webinars, and all of the Wednesday webinars are recorded there. Okay, so again, I'm Laureen. Some of you might know me if you've taken classes. I have been teaching Stratus for a long time now. Welcome new agents if you're a new agent, and then anybody else that's out there that needs a refresher in Stratus, because a lot of times you need a refresher, don't you? So what I'm going to do is just go over things, and sometimes you learn something new you didn't know, or I find an easier way. So it's just kind of a light overview of things that are really important to know in Stratus. So one of the most important things is that you're using Chrome as your browser when you log into Stratus. Still finding people using other browsers, and sometimes it doesn't work properly. So you should be able to see my info center. Oh, another thing is that you are muted and you don't have to have your cameras on because you're not getting CE for this, but it is a free class. So, you want to sit back, 1 hour goes fast, and take advantage of all the information that I have to share with you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over the info center, customizing your market areas, doing some simple searches, using the map. I probably will pack in as much as I can in an hour. So right now you should be able to see my info center. And it usually does not look like this because I did that for the webinar. I put it back to the default settings, and you'll see there's a lot going on here. And usually, especially new agents, you will have also this sidebar navigation, which is great. But sometimes when you're on a smaller device, it kind of pushes a lot of your listing information over. So there is a toggle up at the top that you can click on to put your information across the top. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you have a question, put it in chat. I probably will get to the questions at the end of the webinar, just because I just kind of keep going and I only see them, but I'll keep checking as we go. All right, so in the info center, again, I toggled my left side up to the top because that's kind of the way I like it. So whatever way works for you, I always say, go with it. Now, these panels, they call them panels. This is our dashboard in Stratus. Now, Stratus has been here for 22, 23 years now, and this was the second version of it. So they kind of added a few things in the info center. You have like this quick search over here, which is a great search to use if you don't have a lot of criteria. That's what I say. So I'll show you that. Here's your news items. A lot of my classes are here. I usually post them every week if you want to see what's happening with the technology type courses. Riz Media, this is a new thing that the MLS has given you. It is a publication. I'm going to close it though, but it is worth taking a look at. It's fairly new. Today's listings, if you're a new agent, hopefully somebody helped you set this up, but I will show you how to do that so that you get your open houses. So any of these boxes that you don't use, you can X them out, okay? So I'm Xing them out. So what happens when I need one of those? Any of those that I X and I go, oh my goodness, I need in my open houses, my name is in the right-hand corner. So your name in Stratus is in the right-hand corner. And then everything that I closed is under my name. It's like a closet. I always say it's like a closet, put things away, and I need my open houses. So here they are. Just a simple thing like that, but you know, it just looks better, the info center. Also, the panels can be dragged, okay? So if you're a dragger like I am, you can do that. Over on the right side is your one key MLS links. This is really important information that'll link you to a lot of the programs that you have benefits to, which I'm not teaching you all of those today. We're just doing Stratus, but you have links to a lot of good information, okay, that are over here. All right, starting with that. So I'm in the info center in Stratus. If you just came in, if you wanted to search a town, let's just say, I'm going to put in Massapequa or something. Now we have a lot of towns since we merged with Hudson Gateway, right? So for me, I click on the town, I start typing it, and then I grab it. You can go into these gears. Now these gears are kind of scary because you have a lot of things in here. But if you didn't know how to spell a town, that's when I go in there. So I put in Massapequa. I have 72 listings. If you see the count at the bottom here, can you see my mouse? And if you need a quick search, that's your quick search, quick and easy. Okay. Now I do this at the beginning of a lot of my courses just to look at everybody's listings. And I have photos next to mine, but this is not a default of Stratus for some reason. So you have to turn those photos on, which I will show you, okay, as we go. But I don't know why they don't just give them to you and you can turn them off, but no, you won't get them if you're a new agent because you probably didn't know how to turn it on. I have to just mention this. These little dollar signs at the front of some of our listings are new, and that's a down payment for buyer. It's a buyer down payment assistance programs. It links you to, you can click on those and it links you to this property, whatever is available, whatever grants and things like that. All right, so I have 72 listings, and in Stratus, they go from the lowest price, the highest price, all the way down, and you can sort any of these as you go, but you know, I sort a lot of things, okay? Now, here's something you might not know. Now, when we're looking at our listings, like parking takes up a lot of space, you can temporarily take some of these fields out if you just click and remove, which I do a lot because I like to see all of my listings. You see, now I can see my MLS number and everything. So it just feels better to me. So if I'm looking at my listings, I kind of will remove that. I know somebody's going to thinking, I can hear you thinking that, how do I save something like that? And you can save this and I will show you. But I definitely recommend that you never change the defaults in Stratus because it gets really weird. So I would just, you could save it as a report. And then in this drop down, you will see changes or reports that I've saved. I'll get to that later though, okay? I don't want to confuse anybody with that. So is this a fake house here? Because it's no, is it 0 family, 0 kitchen, 0 bedrooms, 0, 0, 0, 0. So lots of zeros. I don't know what that one's about. If I open up a listing, let's just look at one really quick. You know what? I changed my mind. Let's go back to the info center. What I wanted to do is just show you how to use this. It's really easy, but if you have, well, in this market, you're really not putting a lot of criteria in, are you? But you know, eventually when we get to the point where we have a lot, the market gets rich with listings, you know, you can put in your central air and your fireplace and all of that. Right now, we're kind of keeping it short. All right, so that's here. If you want to use it, it actually was, I don't think anybody's using this, but you can change it to a public record search with that little radio button there, and you can search a public record. I usually just go up here. It's just as easy for me. So that was something they gave us a while ago. Now, today's listings, and I'm just going to be brief on this. is one of my favorite parts of Stratus is that you can see all the new listings and all the updates throughout the day. Okay, so Massapequa, hot with 3 new listings. Again, it's really still early in the day, so that these will change. Remember, you're on a live system here, so everything's changing. Okay, we have a lot of agents out there that are editing things, adding things, taking things off, so it's always changing. Now, what I want to point out, in case you don't know, this goes back a month. So if you haven't looked at Stratus for a few days or you're on vacation or something, you can go back and see what's happening. Before your buyers start calling you about all these listings, you want to make sure that you're always informed. And you would just click on these, like Bayside has 8 new listings in the last week. I want to check them out. I can look at them that way, okay? So the market area is really important to set up. And also the open houses, if you can kind of see my panel here, are reflective of what you put in today's listings. So I have 17 open houses in Massapequa, 22 in Bayside, and so on. And what you do with that is just click on the number. It doesn't look like a link, but it is. So, oh, wow, I want to see what's happening this weekend or whatever. Again, it's only Wednesday, so they'll be adding more open houses in. So here's the open houses, and I'm getting Massapequa because I put it in as my market area. Here's something else you might not know. Of course, you can print these. See a little printer, but you do have a calendar. You only see this calendar when you're in open houses, okay? So that you could print out the calendar and see what days of the week the open houses are in, okay, as you go for that. Not much, only Saturday and Sunday, because now I have a weekly ones. All right, so that was that. Now how do we set this stuff up? And it's just important things. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because it's kind of a refresher, but settings or any program that you learn, you need to set your defaults. It's called options in some programs, profile in some others. In Stratus, it's called settings. Now mine are up here because I toggled this left side. Right, settings are here too, to the top, which you can do. And next time you come in, it'll look like this. So here's my settings. I can't emphasize enough for you to put your cell phone number in here. Make sure that you do. You have to put the dashes in Stratus. This way, when you print anything out in Stratus, reports, listings, anything, you will have your name. You'll have your office number in there too, but you will have your cell phone number. And that's something that we've asked for a long time. So make sure you put that in, okay? Agent photo, you upload your own. So keep that pretty current if you can as you go. You don't have logo. We're going to move on to market areas. And market areas are what I was looking at with the open houses and the new listings. And it's really easy, but if you forget one little thing, you can't save anything in settings. So you got to be really careful. Remember the threes. Remember 3. You put, I'm going to change it from Massapequa to show you. Let's put Seaford in, which is close to that. So you give it a label. You check at least one box, could be more than one, and you put the town in the box. It doesn't just jump in there, okay? Put on Seaford there. You can put more than one. Actually, control works too. That goes way back, doesn't it? Using the control key for that. And then make sure you press save. So, especially the new agents, take some time today while it's fresh in your mind and go into settings and put a few market areas in. You can't put prices in, you can't put school districts in, but it will tell you new listings and updates to listings, okay? The only other thing I'm going to spend time in here with is appearance, because if you're missing the pictures on the front of the listings, you want to check this box here, show thumbnail photos at search result list. See right there? All the rest, I'm not even going to talk about because it's just a lot of extra stuff. Stratus has a lot of stuff, I always say. So if you want the photos, and most of you do, check show thumbnail photos. Got it? And make sure you save. Those are the 2 most important things for us today. So you'll notice that when I'm maneuvering around, I don't hit the back button. It is not a web browsing kind of program, and it does weird things when you start hitting the back button. So break that habit right away. Just use the bars, the tools, and so on to do that. Now, updates. Now, there is a little button, and if you've been a Stratus user for a while, you know it, but a lot of you might not know, and it's down here. Go to update. Wow, it's kind of hidden there. Woohoo! Or you can go to listings and update. Now, this goes way back to old Stratus, but I think it really is something you want to know about. Let me pick, I just did Seaford, so I'll do that. See all my market areas in here? So you're going to get every status change. You got new, coming soon, price changes, extensions, back on the market, pending, which are under contracts, expired, temporary, off the market, withdrawn, closed, rented, canceled, just everything. So all you do is you come in here, you put in your market area. I don't save it. I just press submit without saving. And it will come up with what's happening in your market. Let me just show you this. It's still spinning. Here it goes. So in this town, which is Seaford, because that's the one I have, there's 18 new listings. You see? 18 new listings, and here they are. You also have 9 price changes. See, and these up here, you can click on. Oh, I want to see, did anything expire? Yes, I got 6 expired. Okay. Now, it doesn't look like it when you're in an update, but if you click on the MLS number, it will take you to the listing. So I'll go, okay, wow, you know what? I'm a new agent. I really need to find some new listings. I'm going to click on this expired and see if I can, let's see if it's relisted. So it took me to the listing. Now to get back to where you were, it is, I don't know, can you see this button? Return to previous page. That it should say return to update. That actually takes you right back to your update. Really cool. See what I'm saying? So in the morning when you're having your coffee, run your update, see what's happening in your market before you get out there. You'll know what's new, what's sold. Let's see if anything's sold. I'm going to click on closed. 10 closed. And they closed within the last week, it looks like. Okay, they just closed yesterday, this one, 2 days ago. Again, I can click on this. Now, these can be printed. It's called running an update. There's a print button right here. And this is definitely something that you want to do. I mean, I could do this, but isn't it kind of nice to have a big piece of paper? What's going on today? Like your newspaper, okay? It's called running an update, and you also have a link to it here. All right, now moving on now. Like I said, I'm going to look at the questions when I'm finished. Actually, there's only one question here. Oh, okay. Thank you. Or it wasn't really a question from you. It was about something else I asked about. All right. All right, let's go move on. Now, I went to the info center. Let's look at listings. Listings have search, add, edit, public rec, update, which we just did, right? Market share, market statistics. Searching. This to me is the most important thing to know how to do. So if you're trying to figure out what should I practice doing, it's searching. You should know how to search any kind of listing, okay? Search on the markets, search off the markets, search condos, search rentals, search all of it. So to me, this is the heart of Stratus, is the searches, because you can't comp a property if you don't know how to search. You can't find a property for a buyer if you don't know how to search. So this is where you want to spend your time. I usually spend most of my time in new search, and you probably do too. This is, where you can do your availables, unavailables, which I'll do in a minute. But I thought in this webinar, I would show you around some of the places you may not go. Here is a map search. So you can actually put the town in on the map, and it will take you to the map part if you're only searching a certain part of town. I could show you that. Save searches. This is where you can save searches. I'll show you how to do that, especially when I first learned Stratus a long time ago. They hired me to teach all the agents how to use this new program back then. And I go, how am I gonna remember all this? And I kept saving searches that you could use over and over again. Prospect match, I'm teaching you that today. This is automatically emailing listings to potential buyer. Could be anybody. It's the easiest thing you can do, and it creates, a connection between you and maybe a customer. Anybody, I always say, set up a prospect match right away, and we will do that. Predefined search. I used to use this a lot. Now, in my webinar in 2 weeks, when I do the CMA, and I hope that if you need that or anybody take that. I'm going to be using these searches for that. I'll talk about it then. But you do have just expired, new on the market, open houses, recently closed, and things. It's like a canned search. It sets it up for you. Did you know it was in there? Probably didn't even know. I'll show you that. And then the MLS number search, which is over here. You have two, right? You got one up here and one here. This is where you put more than one in. So if I'm showing 3 houses tomorrow to a buyer, I can put in an MLS number. Of course, that's not an MLS number, and I can just press enter, you see, and press continue, and it will bring up those MLS numbers. Okay, so you kind of know what those do now. All right, let's start with this one, new search. So I'm going to do houses on the market. And I'll just pick anything. Now, Stratus, it changed, okay? I don't want you to get confused on this screen, because when we merged to become one key, we had to merge with Matrix, which is, Stratus. We have Stratus, they have Matrix. So that's why they put all these gears. You see these all over the place. They hide things. So make sure that you click on the gear to see. Look at this. These are all our counties now. You can list in these counties, and you could search in these counties. We don't have just Suffolk, Nassau, and Queens anymore. We have Manhattan, we have Staten Island, we have Westchester, Sullivan. Huge amount of our territory now. And you probably wouldn't know that until you clicked on the gear, right? So when you're searching around here and you can't find something, and believe me, it took me a while. Where did that go? Oh my gosh, can't find it. You can click on the gears and see what's in there, okay? But right now we're not putting a lot of criteria in, so let's just do, I was gonna do Kings Park. I don't know why, because I never searched there. And the reason why I don't, there's only 15 listings, so I'm getting rid of Kings Park. Let's put Huntington in, something big. And of course, you can put in another town if you want. I can click on the gear. I try to avoid that as much as I can. But if I wanted to click on these Huntingtons, I could too. So I don't want to. So I'm going to cancel out of that. All right, there's 55. Oh my gosh, when they gave me this count, I was so excited, because the old Stratus didn't have a count. You got 0, you didn't know it. You got 500, you didn't know it. So it's really great that you have that, and you can watch how much you're putting in. So I'm just going to click this for now. Just press submit, and let's just look at these 55. Again, parking does take up a lot, but I'm not going to do anything with that. So you can see there's a price reduction here. It's 5.51%, but look, oh my goodness, there's an increase here. This market's crazy, 12.72. They decided, you know what? Let's look at that one. You know what? I decided we're going to put, I'm double clicking. It's just taking me a minute to put the price up. I always have to wonder why. It was $519, and they go, we're putting on $585. I don't know. We try to figure this stuff out. You can have 36 pictures in your listings. In case you didn't know, we went from 20 to 36. This agent put little comments under, which I think is really a great thing too. Okay. The toolbar up at the top here is really important. Don't ignore it. It has really good stuff, and it's a great way for you to break that back button pushing. Because when I go on and go back to the list, I just click on list. Okay. Here's your map, not map. Here's your map. Okay, that's where the house is. I'm gonna go back to the list. If you want to put them all on the map, which I do a lot, okay, I want to see where they are. I just click on them all from the list, okay? So the red colors are on the market. What are these green ones? Now, the green ones, for when you're in the availables, are coming soon, all right? So if you point to this one's coming soon, that's pending. Here's something that is kind of hidden. It's the legend that tells you the colors. Blue is sold. Now, green is also pending, which they need to update this. Give coming soon a different color already or something. It's the same color as you get it in here, but you can kind of see where the houses are, okay? Now you see I'm using the list here as we go. Let me look at the most expensive house because, you know, I love doing that. All right, this one is $5.5 million. Let's look at this one. I'm going to click on it. Okay, this one has a virtual tour, which I always check. They attach a survey, the floor plan. The schools are included here. Now, this is a broker full style report, right? My mouse is going really fast, so I got to use my scroll bar so I don't confuse you. Public remarks, we have a lot more characters than we used to. It's 2,000 characters that you can add in there, so you can put a lot of information in, take your time with those. And then would we give this out to anybody? And oh no, because you might as well give it away down there to that listing agent. This is a broker full. So what do we give a consumer? Now I can't hear you, but I can hear you. Up here, it says broker full. Now this is important. So I want to email this listing to my buyer, but I don't want to email them this one. This is what they look like. This drop down arrow will show you the reports. We used to say give out the client full, but if they're not your clients, I would recommend that you give out, especially for my new agents out there who don't know, a customer full with photos, okay? Customer full with photos, let's just take a look at this. Takes out the listing agent, the commission, gives them enough. Great one for showings, okay? It's a really pretty house, isn't it? I always say, get that clipboard, give them something that they can write on, and then send them this one. Now, if you're wondering what the difference between the client full and the customer full is that the client full will give them price changes, we'll give them dates, and we'll also give them open houses. Now, if they're not your client, you're sending open houses and they can just go there without you. You don't want that. That's why we say the customer full, okay? That's really important one. And I just got to show you my favorites. Here's the flyer too. I think this is fantastic. You guys can email this, print this, bring it to your open house. Your picture will be at the bottom. My cell phone number is there. My logo is there. I've seen this at open houses and I go, wow, you're using the flyer too. So you could come up here and just click on the print, get some really decent paper, and then print out this flyer too. Okay, for any, look at the bottom here. See, it says prepared by Lorraine Zarba. My work number and my cell phone number is all here, so you don't have to worry that you're not giving them your cell phone number. Remember what I told you in settings, okay? So that's the flyer too, but you have other ones in here that you can explore. This one has 4 flyers. If you didn't know that, that was worth coming for, right? Really great. All right, but the thing is, you don't have to change it to a broker full. So I want to email or print this. I just want to send somebody. Let's look at the next one. I'm going to go to the next one here. I'm on the high-end listings here. Oh, let's find a cute little one here. They're not too cute and little. Let me go back. I went to list. Get like a medium priced one. All right, that's a cute one. All right, you don't have to change it from broker full. You can come up here and click on print and it will print the broker full for you because we want the broker full. And we want to print out the customer full with photos for them. Isn't that cool? You can print out yours and theirs all in one print. Oh my gosh, that's a big improvement for Stratus. And then they have their copy and I have mine, okay? Include notes, if you don't know what that is. Most people don't know what that is. At the bottom of your listings, you can add your own private notes that save. No one sees it but you, but maybe there's something in the property you need to remember and you want to put a note in, it will print out in the broker full. That was one of the extra things they gave us for that, okay? So that's this one. And then emailing, I don't know, this one you gotta watch because it says client full, no address. Change that default to customer full, okay, while you're in here, and then you can print out or email, whatever it is you're doing. So that's manually emailing and printing as you go. You do have directions to all the houses. I know we have GPSs, I know, but sometimes you need directions. So you can print this out, you can email to your buyer, you can put more than one property in. You can get the history of the whole listing. Anytime they make a change to the listing, you will know. You can click on that. Only, not the property address. The history is for the MLS number only, because this house could have like 5 MLS numbers if I wanted that. And we have listing cards. And we're going to talk more about that in 2 weeks if you take that class with me and how to comp a property using the listing card. All right, let me go back. And all right, let's do a listing search. And I want to do a prospect match with you. So, okay, I meet a potential buyer and I want to set them up. I got my computer, I'm in a coffee shop, I just meet them, whatever it is. This is what you do. Remember, this is recorded, so it'll be posted on LI Realtor. So if you go, what did Laureen say about prospect match? You can watch it again. Now you do your regular search, okay? Whether looking for houses, I'll do a condo next too. So we do houses and you put in their criteria. So I have a potential buyer, they want to live in, I'm putting in 4 towns, Babylon, Bayshore. I could click on that gear, but like I said, I'm not too crazy about that. Too much stuff. Islip, I just like typing, I think it's faster. And then West Islip. There I got my 4 towns now. And I have 138, that's all out of 4 towns. So my buyer usually has a price range. So we're gonna put in, what do I put for this? 500 to 600. Now keep this in mind, if you're not familiar with Stratus, it gives you 3 zeros. Not crazy about that, okay? But you can click them off, but I'm leaving them on for that. So it looks like I'm putting $500 to 600, but I'm not. It's 500,000 to 600,000. It is, I got 28. They need at least 3 bedrooms. You don't have to max it out. So I just do it in the min. You see that? This is the minimum, that's the maximum. And they would like to have 2 baths. Basic stuff. If I start going into more criteria, they're going to get nothing. But you can add other things that they actually have to have something. So I got 21. Here's a button that I don't think a lot of you know either. It's preview, which kind of, did you see what I did? I kind of did it fast. Preview is up here. It condenses what I picked. So in case I go, why am I getting 0? Oh, because you put in like 20 baths or something by mistake. Okay. So you can check it that way. Now, if you hit submit, you can't do the prospect. So I'll show you what to do. Here is that green check mark, and this is the way I do it. There's another way, but I think this is the easiest way. So I'm setting up automatic emails to Billy Buyer. I want to use that check mark. So with my criteria, if I press submit and go, oh my gosh, where's the green check mark? Don't see it. Look, another one going up. I need to revise my criteria. It's in the, I don't know if you can see my mouse spinning over there. It will take me back to this page. Really easy. Make that connection by starting to send them listings automatically from you. So we click on create prospect. We give the prospect a name, Billy Buyer Now, the prospect name is a file name, so he never sees this. So a lot of agents will put the phone number for the person there so they can grab it fast. It's a great idea, actually, because they won't see that. But this part here is where their full name, Billy Byer, we put the phone number down here, you follow? Or maybe Billy Byer is looking for foreclosures. I could put that at the end, so I know, kind of gives me an idea. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's that investor. But you need their email. So I usually use my own because I don't have any buyers, but you guys put their email in. If there's a spouse, partner, mother, whatever wants listings too, you can put another email over here. And it's going out as a customer fill, which we love, right? We just saw it. Okay, we just saw the customer fill. Yes, we're happy with that. Send you a copy. You're gonna get the broker full, okay? Don't get concerned that they got it, they don't get that, you do. Photo gallery, yes. Include the map, yes. Now down here, it says once daily. We used to leave it on that, but in a market like this, I'd probably change it to hourly. So within the hour, if there's a listing that came up on the market, they would get it from you automatically. Once daily goes out at 5 after midnight, all the listings go out the server, but probably, like I said, because this market, there might not be anything in an hour, okay? But within the hour that the listing comes on the market, they would get it. All right, now you can put your own personal message to them here, but if you don't, they're not gonna get a blank. They get the default message, which is boring, just saying, from Stratus. So you might want to think of a message to them, or you might want to say, the subject says properties of interest. All right, that sounds okay, but I've been listening to properties of interest for a long time. I could say, check out these new listings or something. Or something better than what I put in. They'll still get a message from Stratus here, but. And then you save the prospect. That's it. That's all you do, okay? Goes out for 3 months. So the check mark disappeared because I already used it. I'm looking at my time. But where are these prospects stored? Remember my heart, listing search. Here's the prospects. I just created Billy Byer with you today. This is where I can delete him. I can manage the criteria because he goes, you know what? I don't want to live over there anymore. I want to live over here. I can afford this one better, whatever. Change my price. You can come in here and manage them. That's where they're stored, okay? This is my daughter, so I have her set up. I'm getting her listings. So they get them on their phones or they're on their emails, whatever they have available from you. That's called the prospect match. You good? I think I'm going to show you one more in case you didn't get it. Let's do a condo. Now, I always say this. When you're in Stratus, pick one property type at a time because it goes into a flex search. It's just a weird search. So uncheck houses if you're looking for condos, or if you're looking for rentals or commercial, whatever, just have one check. If you're not familiar with the flex search, you're going to get confused. So today we're dealing really with on the markets in this particular webinar. I'm looking for condos. I'm setting up a prospect match for somebody that wants to live in Long Beach. Now here's something, the screen changes a little bit, like it has pets now, it has smoking, adult community, and things that we didn't have in the residential part. But the type of ownership, see where I'm at down here? It has co-ops, condos, and homeowners associations. So if they absolutely don't want one of those, or they only want condos, make sure that you change it, otherwise they're gonna get co-ops. I'm gonna leave it, but I just want to mention that to you. Long Beach, I don't even know the prices, so I gotta be really careful. Let's say their price range is 400 to 500. I don't even know if I'll get anything. Let's see. 9, I got 9. Do they get a bedroom with that? Don't know. Let's go down. They need at least 1 bedroom because a lot of them are studios. So let's do 1 bedroom. Okay, they get bedrooms, which is good. Again, I'm not concentrating on a lot of the criteria because we don't have a lot on the market. Before I forget to tell you this though, I just thought of this. This screen that Stratus created for us, whether you're looking at houses or condos, whatever, doesn't have heat on it, okay? Now that might be an important criteria for somebody. They want solar heat, they want gas heat, whatever they want. If you look, you're gonna see nothing on heat. So we need to know that you can do this. You can add a field at the bottom, okay, in Stratus. And some of the stuff you're not gonna know. I don't know what it all means either, but I know what heat means. So I'm gonna come in here and do heating, you see? I don't know why they didn't put it on the main screen, but they didn't. Here it is, heating. And then it adds it over here. That's not the one I needed. So I need to go back in here and get heat again. A, B, C, D, E, F. Heating type, heating fuel. I think it was heating fuel I wanted. Yeah, see, electric, oil. So just keep in mind that if something's missing from the screen that you need, they need house facing south, okay, or something like that. That would be lot exposure. And you can add them in here. There's a lot of different things. This is genius. I'm so glad they did this, but things like heat should have been on here. When I log out of Stratus though, they go away. Okay, sorry, wish they stayed, but they don't. I just want to mention that. So I got 9 here that are all co-ops in my price range. And if I did condo, I probably got nothing. And then I want to put them on the map. So here they all are. Oh, I forgot the prospect part. Revised criteria. Green check mark. Name, email, you want to put a little message in, save the prospect, and they start getting listings from you. Now we have more sophisticated ways to work with buyers in Collab. However, some people want just simple, just send me the listings. I'm not that, whatever, I'm too busy. You can definitely do that. That's creating a prospect match in here. Now, the map search, I just want to take a minute to show you this. Okay, the map search here. You probably won't have anything in this box. You just press continue. If you ever use this, you're probably going to be where you work. So we don't want to look where we work. I want to look, say, in Bayside or something. I'm going to go to locate. Oh, did you see how I did that? I'm going to click on locate. I put in whatever town. Remember, this map will search the country. You got to be really careful. Let's see if I leave. I think I'm in. No, I am in Queens. Okay, so there's Bayside here, and I can search. So if I have a buyer that wants to live in a certain part of Bayside, maybe by the Village or something, wherever Northern Bell Boulevard, that's right. You can, and remember, I'm kind of just giving you an overview so you kind of know the things that you can do. Here's Bell Boulevard. That's where all the little shops and restaurants are. They might want to look here. So I did a little circle. On the right, I can do a prospect that searches that. See, there's a green check mark over there. Now, how do I see these listings? I go to list, okay? And here they are. So cool things like that you can do in Stratus that you might not be familiar with. The maps are really, they're pretty, I love the maps. So I like to know where everything is in here. All right, now, I haven't done this in a while, so there's a little special little part I'm putting in for you guys. Predefined search. So you're getting confused with sold. You're getting confused with expired. You don't know what to do. Predefined search, this bottom part here, is really, really simple. Okay, simple searches. I always call them canned searches. So I don't have to do available, unavailable. I don't have to remember all that stuff. I can just do, I want just expireds. How about that one? Just expireds, okay? You can do it in a predefined search. You see where I'm at? See this tab here? And you get this little teeny screen. It's not confusing or anything. And then I put a town in. I need to put a big town in, Smithtown or something. Now, I didn't show you this yet, but you do have calendars, but I use T dates because before calendars, we use T date. T means today. T minus 30. That means today minus 30. I don't have to use the calendar. I can go maybe 60. You don't have a lot of expireds in this market. Only have 9. But for the new agents or anybody that's looking for listings, this is a good way to start looking. Get your expireds, check them out, make sure they're not relisted, things like that. So these have expired. Was that easy? Oh my gosh. So I click this on. I have to start teaching this. What a cute house. Okay, it was built in 1930. It expired. Wow, it's kind of funky looking. I like it though. Really cute, a lot of color, which is nice. Did this, maybe this is your area and you go, wow, you know what? I'd like to see if maybe they'd like to relist with me. You can check the public record, scroll down to the bottom, and now it's been on the market. They were renting it. You see this? They were renting it for the last few years. It expired June 15th, and according to this, it hasn't been relisted on MLS anyway. So that might be a good one. Let me look at one more with you, okay? Public record, scroll down. It's not relisted. Sorry, I have my phone dinging here for some reason. Let me turn it off. So let me do another one of those. How did Lorraine do that? Listing search, predefined search. I'm bringing it back, okay? Predefined search, recently closed. Now, I don't usually teach it this way, but this is a refresher and you might be new and this might be a really great search for you to use. So I want to see, let me go out to Nassau County. I'll do Massapequa, which is easy. I want to see what sold in Massapequa in the last 6 months. Again, I use the T dates, T minus 180, 148. So all I had to do was put a title date in a town. So if you go, wow, how come I never knew that? These are all the solds that are in Massapequa using that predefined search. Really cool. This is the least expensive one here. I'm going to go into more of that in my webinar in 2 weeks with creating the CMA. I'll give you the one little piece that I'll do then is I do the statistics button here because I love this. It's been there forever. Don't say, did we just get that? No, we've always had that. It's a calculator. It will actually give you the median prices, the median taxes, how many days on the market, which is 23. This is a quick market. The mean is our average, and we have our mode, which is our most frequent, and the lowest and the highest price in there, and what style houses are selling. But the cool thing about this, and I do a lot with this, you're just getting a little taste, is when you print this out, you're branded at the bottom. You probably won't be able to read mine, but my name, where I work, my phone numbers. These are things that I use to do like mini CMAs where you don't have a lot of time, but you want to have something. You could put this into a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis. Or you can just bring it to a presentation or just get educated on what's happening in that area, statistics. So those are just a few of the predefined searches that you have, which were located over here, okay? Don't try these yet. I'm going to introduce those when I do the CMA. Just expired, recently closed. These little ones down here. Can you explain how the star next to each listing is used? Oh, that's such a great question and an easy one to answer. You guys, here's eight listings. You have a lot more of these icons. I kind of turn them off in settings, but the stars are favorites. So when you favorite something, you can save 100 in Stratus, 100 of them. So this one I just started. Do you see it's yellow? When I go over to my list, which I didn't get to over here, here's your favorites. You see the star? When it fills up to 100, look, I put a $10 million house in there, of course. I'd have to sort this thing. The only thing, I can't find everything. It gets a little hard. you have to start deleting things in order to free up some space in here. The way you would do it is you just check the ones you want to delete, and then up here it says remove, okay? It frees up some space. Let me go back to some listings. Babylon, I have 18 updates. I'm just pulling up my updates and things. These listing cards, and I definitely have to mention this in here, were a great addition to Stratus. We didn't always have this because the stars weren't working that great. So the listing cards are like folders that you can create. You create a folder and then you give it a name, and you could say Billy Buyer or Great New, whatever you want to say. And then here, I have 2 Billy Buyers, and then I can add listings to that folder. Instead of printing them out, and then, you know, how many times do we search and we go, oh my gosh, I can't find that listing. I don't know where it is. I don't know what I did with it. It's so many times. So if we create these folders, or what they're calling them listing cards, you can come in here and then get whatever information is. I have a lot, so I know there's a lot in there. So if I wanted to put this in one of my cards, see the card up here, I can go in here and I can put it in Billy Buyer's card. Okay, here's his card. So at the end of the day, I want to see what I put in Billy Buyer's card. I can go into listing cards. Okay, this is the only way you can look at it. Billy Buyer's card. Of course, that Billy Buyer has nothing. This guy just added 2 listings in. Keep that in mind, okay? Remember, this is an overview. I'm giving a refresher. You're probably learning new things you never learned before, or you're forgotten, or whatever. But the listing cards are definitely something you want to use. I use them a lot for classes. And I definitely use them for my CMA. So when I'm comping a property, we don't do in this webinar. I put all my comparables in the cart, and then there's a button in the Stratus CMA that you click and it empties the cart. Oh my gosh, so much easier, I think, anyway, for that. Well, the last part of what I was going to do with you today is farming and public records, okay? Oh my gosh, when you go in here, now you really can see how many counties we have, right? Woohoo, a lot of counties. So we do have public records. You know, they're not perfect by no means, but if you wanted to do something simple, a simple farm, or you want to look up someone's public record, or you wanted to send an invitation to all your neighbors or something, could do it in here. If you were searching for somebody and you didn't know what county they were in, you could leave them all blank. You don't even have to put them in. You don't even have to put a town in when you're doing public records. But let's just say, now I live in Suffolk, I want to send a mailing. So I want to show you how to do mailing labels here. I grew up in Patchogue, so I'm using Patchogue. Moved to Bellport, didn't move far, because it's the next town over. But we have a big long street, North Ocean Avenue. I want everybody that lives on North Ocean Avenue. So I'm going to come down here. Keep this in mind, public records, less is more, okay? Less you put in, the more you're going to get what you want. So don't put North Ocean in the street name, just put Ocean. There's 2 oceans, though, the South Ocean and North. I want the North. So I need to go to street directions. 138 houses. Let's just take a look at the public records here. Now, we do have list pendants at the bottom, which is distressed properties, potential leads. They're not updating it. I'm going to have to find out why. So I want to make sure that we get updated records in there. You could do a mailing to maybe them. That means they're behind in their mortgages. We're not doing that right now. Now, what I'm going to get here is residential and commercial. So I don't want commercial because you know, they have businesses that are running. I really want single family that I want to mail to. If I did my street, I would have to do this part because I don't have any commercial. But you in property description, I think it's in here. Let's just hope it's single family. Single. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. I should just started typing it like I do everything else. Single. Here it is. I'm going to lose it because I'll just type single. I think so much easier. This one I'm getting residentials. 72 public records. And when I click on it, here they all are. There's two ways to do the mailing labels. Okay, you can go to print and do it, but I think I'm going to do it this way. I want to send a mailing to them, letting them know I'm in the area. I'm an agent. I'm not an agent, as you know. I'm out here. I just teach everything I know to all of you. So, but whatever your thing is, you can open one of them up and then hit this drop down. 5160s is really your standard mailing label. If you didn't know, it's 3 across. And there are 3 pages here of mailing labels. So make sure that you match them up with the number. They look pretty good to me. But sometimes the names are missing. Do any of these names missing? Here's one with the names missing. So you could do this. You could hit, let me go back. Oh, I didn't mean to, I should have went back to the list. Okay, here they are. So when I open one up and do my mailing labels, oh, this is the way that doesn't give you the option. All right, here's the other way you can do mailing labels. Go back to the list. You go to print, detailed views, 5160s. The benefit of this is that I can replace the homeowner's name with current resident or my neighbors or whatever you want to say in here. And then print preview. So you see it says my neighbors there, if you do it that way. Which sometimes is probably better because the spouse's name's not coming up. And if you wanted to send a mailing to maybe a rental area to see if they wanted to buy something, you don't want the homeowner's name coming up, that type of thing. All right, I have a couple of minutes, and before I look at the chat, if you have any questions, where do we get help? This is just an overview. I did mention new window, but I think I shouldn't here. See this new window? You can open up multiple Stratuses at once. We didn't always could do that before. So that if you're working on expireds and you want to see what's available, or you're doing a CMA and you want to check the public records, it won't log you out anymore like it used to. This help here is the Stratus help. This is how I learned Stratus years ago. And I go to the index, there's a whole booklet on how to do things. So here's the cart. So if I needed information on the listing cart, see here, and then I would print this page out. Or I needed information on add edit, which we don't do in here, but I'll do another webinar on that. That teeny little question mark has a lot of stuff in it, so you might want to check that out. Our support center here, which I try to drive people to go to, has videos on how to do prospect match, mailing labels, all kind of the stuff I just did with you. We do have recorded webinars in here. Of course, all of this is free. We want you to make sure that you get as much training as you possibly can in here. They're an hour. Electronic signatures. I did these last year. I'm probably going to start posting these new ones. I am definitely going to post that. I'll put, it'll say Stratus Refresher in here, and then you can kind of see this all over again, or go to LI Realtor. So visit the One Key Support Center for that, which is the light bulb on the right. All right, let me look at the Q&As. You guys have any questions? All right, when I send listings to a customer, the listing says that it comes from Remax front desk. How do I change it so that, comes from, do you work for Remax? Your company name is always going to be on there. Just make sure that you have your name on things. How do you search for foreclosures? Oh, I could show you that. Foreclosures, listing search. We call them REOs. REOs, here it is here, which means real estate owned. They're really bank owned. So you would just say yes. Okay. That's how you search for foreclosures. Okay. That's how you do that one. Let's see what else I got in here that I can answer quickly. Phone numbers or emails from public records, search and Stratus. Vincent, no, but you can do it in Remind, which is a program that you get for free to Remind Pro, and then you get phone numbers and emails, all kinds of stuff from the public records. And that's a great prospecting program, okay? It's called Remind. Look out for classes and things. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, where do we find past webinars? We are going to go to LI Realtor, which, here we go. Can you come up here? I know this changed. So LI Realtor, professional development, that's education, okay, just so you know. Well, a lot of other things, but here is webinars. Webinars, and we've been doing Wednesday webinars since the pandemic, so there's hundreds of them in here. They go in here, and there is a way to search them somehow. I'm not really sure. See all the pages, but there might be something in here. They go, wow, that's really interesting. I missed that one. Take advantage of it, okay? Yeah, it's a great resource for you. So you have all of that in here. And you also have your member profile. Again, you just log in so that you can see what courses you took with LIBOR. All right, I know I am still talking and it's past time. So thank you, everybody, for joining me on the webinar. Have a great day. Have a great summer. I hope to see you in some of my classes. And I will be here next Wednesday with Stratus Goes Mobile, with Stratus Collab app. And then the following Wednesday with the CMA using the listing cart. Okay, okay, so have a great day. You can all leave now. And I don't know, Ethan, you can just end my part, or I'll just stop sharing so you can kind of see that. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day.